So thank you for coming to the channel. Before I get started, thank you so much to all the new subscribers. It's amazing to see we've had nearly 400 subscribers in the last month. And welcome to every single one of you. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so. It is free content. And also, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by using the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. It helps the channel out immensely, and it all goes towards bettering the channel. So thank you to everybody for doing that. You also get to join the WhatsApp group for BenSabers, where you can actually suggest videos and have an input on what we do on this channel. So it's definitely worth joining the Buy Me a Coffee. So let's get into it. We've got a lot of new things from Samsung. We've had the Z Fold 6, which was basically the Z Fold 5, which was basically the Z Fold 4. There's not been any upgrade. You know, it's basically the exact same phone, almost identical in every single way to the previous two mobile phones. And they have completely ignored every single customer saying that they want a wider screen mobile phone setup for the Z Fold range. No idea want to do that, but then they thought they'd give the customer base a huge middle finger, and they brought out the SE special edition in only two places in the world, China and Korea, I believe it is, and then also the W25 version, which is only available in Korea, and that's a huge middle finger to the rest of the world, who have been screaming specifically for a wider display and wider profile for the Fold devices. And when Samsung brought it out, they only brought it out for the local area. They did not release it for the rest of the world, because they couldn't give a monkeys about the rest of the world. At the moment, the entire industry has caught up with Samsung and then left them miles behind. The length and speed to what is now out there in compared to what Samsung is providing is insane. When the foldable device came out from Samsung originally, they had a 80 to 90% market share. That's now down to under 50% market share, because they have stopped innovating, stopped trying, and have become incredibly lazy. Let's be honest, it's a fact. And the insulting thing is that they've brought out what we want, but they won't sell it to us, because I assume we're not good enough. So all we want, and I think everyone can agree with this, all we want is for Samsung to take the S24 Ultra and add another fold to it, so we have an S24 Ultra that folds out, and that's it. That's all we want. Better cameras, way bigger battery, because at the moment the battery in the Samsung Fold Z Fold range is the smallest battery on the market for a foldable device, which is absolutely appalling. So far behind, so far behind. We want the Z20, we want the S24 Ultra basically made into the Z Fold 7, and that's all we want. We'll be happy with that. When you have that S24 Ultra profile, you've also got a lot more real estate for much bigger battery usage. So I would expect at least, at bare minimum, 6,000 milliamp hours. Ideally, 8,000 milliamp hours will be an improvement. But here's the thing, guys. We've had the tri-screen come out from Huawei Mate XT, and that phone has over 6 million people reserving that. The pre-orders have gone through the roof. 6 million plus pre-orders for the Huawei Mate XT. And all I can think is, if Samsung were to make this S24 Ultra tri-screen dual fold mobile phone, it would decimate the entire market. It would give everybody what they want. So you'd have one solid screen at the front and a full interior screen to play with. If they can do this, and there's two prototypes for variations around this, they can do that straight away, or do that now. Now is the time to do it, Samsung. You need to bring this out. You need to make this a reality. A tri-folding or a dual folding tri-screen mobile phone. which would work out to be about an 11-inch tablet. You need to do it. And you can do that, and you can do it with at least a 10,000 milliamp battery, which will then make it the largest battery in the world on a mobile phone, with the longest runtime in the world. It would have an 11-inch tablet profile. You'd have the people screaming and climbing at the door to get their hands on this device. Now, admittedly, a tri-screen is not for everybody, but a lot of people clearly want it. Over 6 million people want a tri-screen mobile phone. I want one. I would love to have one of those. And if Samsung finally does it and finally brings it out, which I hope will be in 2025, then their sales will go through the roof. I would quite happily pay £3,000 for that mobile phone. Quite happily pay for £3,000. The terrible state of Samsung at the moment is not only have they lost the dominance in the folding market, not only are they under 50% market share in the foldable market, but also if you are to go and buy a Samsung Z Fold 6 brand new now on eBay, you can find them as low as £1,000. This phone, when it launched just over 3 months ago, retailed at £1,700. In 3 months, it has lost £700 in value. That is one of the biggest drops in value on a mobile phone I have ever seen in the last 5 to 10 years. It has lost nearly half its value in less than 3 months. Not a year after its lifetime, which is normal. So once the phone comes out, after a year, it then starts to drop in value realistically. And about a year and a half, it's possibly around the halfway price of what it was when it came out. In just over 3 months, this phone has lost nearly half its value because nobody wants it. If you have a Z Fold 4 or Z Fold 5, don't bother upgrading to the Z Fold 6. There's no benefit to it whatsoever. And in fact, if you're thinking about getting a Z Fold 6, put some serious consideration into getting to the SE version, or buy a Z Fold 5. It's even cheaper, and it does the exact same job, and you can't really tell the difference between that and a Z Fold 6. Save your money. Why waste it? Or if you really want the Z Fold 6, and you're not bothered about being brand new, but you want it and it's in good condition, you can get Z Fold 6 model mobile phones on eBay in mint condition, which have been opened but not used, for under £1,000, and you can get them used for just over £600. This phone, the Z Fold 6, is the biggest failure of a mobile phone that I can think of, from one of the biggest manufacturing companies in the world for mobile phones that had the largest market share of all time since that industry started for foldables, that I know of. No one else has failed so utterly and totally than Samsung. But this is the dream. Samsung bringing out a S24 Ultra profile phone as a tri-screen or dual screen mobile phone. And if they do that, they will get their customer base back, and they will get the sales back, and possibly a bigger chunk of the market share. If they don't, the rest of the market, the China ROM phones, the Google, they're going to leave Samsung so far behind, it's just going to be funny. Samsung will become a meme of themselves in their own lifetime. What do you think? Would you want a bigger S24 Ultra profile mobile phone? Would you pay extra for Samsung to bring out a Trifold a tri-screen dual fold phone? Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one, because I'm sick of Samsung wasting the time. I'm sick of Samsung messing around, being unbelievably lazy, not innovating anymore. And the saddest thing, guys, the saddest thing was when Samsung came onto the market, they were the biggest innovators of new ideas on the mobile phone industry, and they have completely stopped innovating in every single way, and it is an absolute joke.